Do I have a big idea for you? Step on over here, come on. You want to buy this, don't you? It's a limited edition. It's mentholated, and it's paint. That's right, limited edition mentholated paint. If you're having a bad day, you paint the walls, you go in. It's like Vicks Vapor Rub everywhere, baby. Do you like it? What do you think? No? All right, got one more. How about an herbal networked ducky? That's right. You've had a hard day. You've been working all day. You come home. You jump in the tub. You got your ducky. You got your Ethernet cord plugged into the ducky. And then the ducky emits scents based upon the popular scent of the day, how you're feeling, things like that. And makes you feel good, gets you uplifted. Just don't unplug that plug while it's sitting in the water, or you might get electrocuted. But it's okay. What do you think? No? All right, I got one more for you. How about we take videos of board games and spread them over the internet, and we call it Board Games with Scott. Hi there, welcome to Board Games with Scott. This is a weekly video where I take a board game, explain it, briefly review it to give you an idea if it's something that you might want to purchase. This week I'm talking about The Big Idea, which is a combination party strategy game. It's by a company known as Cheap Ass Games. And the idea behind Cheap Ass Games is they said, you know, so many board games come with dice, come with money, come with chips, come with bits, come with dolls, that why should they continue to sell you those things and have games that cost a lot? So they came out with a large range of games. Some are in a small cardboard box like this. Others are in a thin envelope that range in the $6 to $15 range. And for that, you're playing cards that you need for the game. You're going to get the rules. In this game, that's about it. But you have to then go find chips and money and things from other games, or they sell little kits that have sort of everything you need to play a lot of their games. It's a good idea. It's a way of distributing games for a low cost and trying a lot of different ideas. So this week's game, The Big Idea, is all about pitching an idea to venture capitalists. You're trying to convince people to invest in your idea. At the same time, you're trying to look for good ideas in which to invest. So it's interesting in that it's got these elements of a party game, having to come up with ideas based upon these cards, but then it's also got some elements of a stock buying and investment game. So there's a bit of strategy that goes on. And from what I've learned, it's fairly interesting. While coming up with great ideas can get you a little bit of benefit, it's not going to win you the game. So it's kind of a nice combination of both. I appreciate that place where it sits in the middle. You can have fun being silly and coming up with ideas, or you can have fun investing in the market. Why don't we open up this box and see what's inside? Hi there, come on in. Let me tell you what comes with The Big Idea. So you get the game in this little box, and the box opens up to really just a sheet of cardboard with a big slit in it, so it's about all there is, but it holds the bits. You get a single sheet of rules back and front, and then you get some cards. You get about 200 cards. You get some green cards, and you get some blue cards. And each card has a picture and a word and a few sentences about the word. And that's pretty much all you get. Oh, well, you do get little bitty magazine slips of paper that have been taped together to hold the cards together in a bundle. They're not always so easy to get the cards back into them afterwards. So you may want to put those in a Ziploc bag or something. Not these. So, anyway, what you've got for this game is two types of cards. You've got blue cards, which are big cards, actually kind of little and fairly pointy, and green cards, which are idea cards. And so the big cards are going to be descriptive words. The idea cards are going to be things or nouns. So you've got adjectives and nouns. And what you're going to do is, on your turn, the first thing you're going to have to do is come up with an idea. You're going to have a hand with 3 adjectives and 3 nouns, and you come up with any combination of them you'd like. You have to have at least one of each, but you could have multiple nouns, you could have multiple adjectives, and you have to come up with a pitch for whatever it is you're trying to sell. So let's just pull some cards at random and see what craziness I come up with here. Let's see. You can play along with me. Hey, there we go. You can play along with Scott. So, let's say we got some cards here. Let's say we have laundry and horn, and we've got perforated, and we've got sport utility. There you go. So think about that for a second. If you had these 4 cards, now you normally have a hand of 6, but if you had these 4 cards, what could you come up with? I'm waiting. Any ideas? Now, you could go obvious, the sport utility horn. It honks really loud, just like the big trucks do. But, that's kind of obvious. I like to go get a little weird, So maybe you've got perforated laundry. That's right, it's perforated laundry. As compared to that whole laundry, it's holy laundry. This perforated laundry will keep your stink away from your body because it'll let the stink just fly out through the holes. That's right. And if you ever want some tasty cheese toppings, just rub some cheese against your clothes and you're good to go. Or something like that. Anyway, you get the idea. So you come up with some crazy idea based upon your cards and you pitch it to everyone. And then you move on to the second part of the game, which is a stock game. So what happens, everyone pitches their ideas, puts them out in front of them, and everyone puts one of their own markers onto their idea. Now, you can choose to not invest in your idea. If you think your idea is no good, you can just throw it away and say, and my idea is horrible, and take it out. If you want your idea to stay on the board, and usually you do, you put one of your investment tokens. Every player has 5 investment tokens. Again, these are one of those things that you have to come up with from another game. So everyone just needs to have 5 markers of the same type. So that's the pitch round. Everyone comes up with their idea, puts it out in front of them, and puts their investment token. The second thing that happens is people secretly decide if they want to invest in someone else's product. And so what you do is you look around, see what you like out there, and then on the count of 3, put your token down on someone else's idea. Or if you don't like any of them, you can keep the token yourself. Again, you only have 5 of those. So if you put one on your own and one on someone else's, then you've only got 3. So they go away pretty quickly. At that point, then, there's a reward. The person who has the most tokens, who got the most tokens from their pitch, gets $1. And so that's pretty much the big award you get from having a very popular product. And then what happens is you have now an open round of investment. And the way the open round of investment works is you can take a chip and put it on a card, put it on someone's product that they've launched. But to do so, you have to pay the people that are there. So, for example, in this case, we've got a blue chip and a yellow chip. And so if I wanted to put a chip on here, I'd have to pay the blue person and the yellow person each $1. If blue had 2 chips on that card, then I'd have to pay blue $2. And so by putting your chips on popular cards, then you're going to find you're going to make more money that way because people are going to have to pay you to get in on the action. And so everyone does that. They go around once. And then you have an offering. You get to see if the investment pays off. So the way it works is you roll a dice for each investment, a regular 6-sided die. And if you roll equal to or less than the number of shares that's sitting on the pile, then you pay off the investment. And so what happens is you pay off the number on the dice for each share you have on that investment. So if you roll a 3 and you have 2 shares on that one, then you're going to get 2 times 3 or $6. So it's a case where the more investments that pile up on one good idea, the higher the chances it'll pay off well because it might pay off on a higher die roll. Something with only 2 or 3 investment chips is only going to pay off if a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled. Something with 6 investment chips is going to pay off if a 1 through 6 is rolled, and if a high number is rolled, every chip on there is worth more points. So part of what you want to do is put your chip on and hope that that investment stays around for a little while and matures. If you put it on too late, you're going to have to pay a whole bunch of people. If there's already 4 chips on something, you're going to have to pay $4 to put a chip on that. So you pay off all the investments, you pull those off the board, and at the end of the turn, anything that's still remaining gets 1 foreign investment chip. And this is like a neutral player. The purpose of this is really it's a timer in the game. It will make sure that the investments continue to mature and pay off. You don't have to pay these foreign investors if you buy that stock, but it just helps the things to clear off the board. Anything that's not bought stays on the board for another round. And then what you do is you pass the die, make the next player the start player. Everyone pitches a new idea. You put out your new idea. You place your new investments. You pay for investments. Then you roll and see what pays off. So that's pretty much the flow of the game. With more than 3 players, everyone has 1 turn to start player, and then you total up the money that you've gotten from your investments. So it's an interesting game because you've got this party game idea where you can be silly, but if you're no good at that kind of thing, it's fine because you've got this investment idea where you want to get in on popular investments in the hidden round because they're free. You want to get in on unpopular investments and maybe invest in something in the exposed round because it's cheap, and then you hope for the best based upon what you predict things are going to pay off. And so that's the big idea. So the flow of the game is as follows. Everyone pitches an idea. You place one hidden investment on someone else's product. You can then place one investment that you pay for, and then you roll on each investment and see what makes money. That's pretty much how it works. So, what do I think about the big idea? I like this game, as you can probably tell by the way I kind of got into it. I enjoy coming up with pitches, being silly, but still having the stock market thing going on. For the money, it's, $10, $12, not a lot of money. You get quite a bit of play out of it. You get sort of something that sits between a party game and a strategy game. You can have a lot of fun with the party game component and just play the strategy game as you will. So I give this game, it's for its money, it's a good solid A. If it cost $30, I wouldn't be too happy about the value, but it'd probably be a board and pawns and things like that. But this has the core of the game. There's many other games out there by Cheap Ass Game Company, all around the same price level. They're all fairly basic. They all have, a few short one page of rules, and the idea is really centered around one idea. And sometimes it's a great idea, sometimes it's a big idea. And sometimes it's a little too thin for the game, and the game kind of overstates its welcome. But this one works well. This one ends when it should. I enjoy this a lot, and will recommend this game. So with that, I thank you for coming to Board Games with Scott. If you'd like to find where to buy the big idea, or you want to talk about these games, or you want to see more of these videos, head on over to BoardGamesWithScott.com. You can also download an audio-only version of my videos, so you can listen to them while you drive in the car. With that, I'll thank you very much, and I will talk to you next week. But wait, before you go, I've got something to sell you. They are cyber dentures. That's right. Dentures that come off the internet. What you do is you just take your web camera and you open up your mouth like this and you go, hiccup out your teeth. And then when your teeth fall out, they send you new ones that look just like your old ones. What do you think? Gonna buy? No? Okay. Bye-bye.